we graded out, in making, but the mistakes we're making, okay, so we graded out in 55 to 60%, which is the worst that you can, I mean, that's an F grade basically. But the mistakes we're making are so fixable, very, very fixable. And Coach Graham just said also, we came out today and we just had a mini scrimmage out there where we got to play the game, and Coach Stoops is doing that now where we're actually putting the ball down and playing, which is what we need more than anything right now at quarterback, and that will help us grow in the process. So I'm excited where we're going. We're not where we need to be, but we're heading in that direction, and we did a lot better today.
With Terry, can you already tell a difference just 3 weeks in the playbook and all the install and all that?
Oh, yeah. He's now where I don't even have to say anything. He can go play. Now I have to go coach him because he still makes mistakes, but he's now, because he studies and he works hard, he's now at that point where he is playing faster, like Coach Grant talked about. We want to play fast, and again, it starts at quarterback. We've got to be able to do that at that position. And Gunnar took some steps backwards, but he came out today and did some good things. And again, we got to continue to get better at that position.
Is that what makes it maybe more frustrating when the mistakes are fixable sometimes? I know it's a process, but you're thinking, guys, we're not even
why
doing
in the world are you? Yeah, I mean, it's exactly right. Stepping on your own foot, doing things that just are standards that we don't normally do. And again, with our RPOs and all those decisions, we have to make great decisions because it affects exactly what we're going to do. For instance, like Gunnar had some hitches wide open. He can pull the ball and take an easy hitch, and that's going to get us 7 to 6 to 8 yards. And now it's 2nd and 3 versus he decided to give it, and we get -2 yards in the situation because they're loading the box. And those are some situations where Steven last year really got good at those situations of taking advantage of the defense. And again, we got to continue to do that. But those are little things. There's one time where Terry could have pulled the ball and it would have been a huge play. And there's one time where he pulled it perfectly and the guard missed his block. And we get -3 yards on both those plays, and they should have been huge plays down the field. So again, we got to continue. Everybody on the offense has to continue to do their own job. But at quarterback, we've got to limit the mistakes that are fixable. And then with the decision and targets that are hard, we've got to do better in making those decisions and our opportunity balls down the field. We've got to do better at that.
How mobile is Gunnar? We keep hearing that he can do all the running and all that stuff. And maybe that's not his reputation, I guess. Out there.
No, he's mobile. Yeah, he can run. Yeah, he's fine. He can do all that kind of stuff. And again, we're going to go against defensive backs and different secondary people that are really fast. But again, when are we pulling the ball? When the defense takes the runs away and we have a wide open where we can go get an efficient run at 4 or more yards to help move the chains. That's what we do. And Terry can do it, Gunnar can do it, Danny can do it.
What are the main areas you're looking for Gunnar to improve on?
Well, number one, it's all the 4 areas I talk about all the time. Number one is ball security. We can't turn it over. He had a turnover in the scrimmage. 1, he had 2 the first scrimmage. So we got to continue to make that 0. Then again, the second thing is target and decisions. I keep saying it over and over and over again, but I believe his targets could be very, very good, and they weren't good on Saturday. His decision making wasn't as good as it has been, which I got to again. He's been situations. Our defense is pretty darn good. They're putting him in bad situations, and then again, the run pass options. We've got to be perfect with our decisions, of course, and then our protection calls. We've been doing a really good job, and the line's been helping us with that. But those are the 4 things that we work on all the time. And if we can get better at those areas and continue to get better by the time we get to the spring game, I think you guys will like what you see.
How are the percentages? You talked about percentages a lot a couple weeks ago. Are they where you want them to be?
They were until the scrimmage.
Yeah.
Scrimmage, they went down. They went down. So they were below our standard. The worst grades I've given a quarterback probably in a long time for both Terry and for Gunnar. So it wasn't just one of them had a bad day. They both did. But that's the other thing, too, I'm doing right now is I'm grading very hard. Because I want them to understand what our standard is to play the position, and this is the time to really make it hard on them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited where we're going, but again, we took some steps backward on Saturday. Today we took some steps forward. We did some better things, and it all works together.
Eddie said that he has to keep going back to when Steven first got here to remember what it's like. I mean, is that what you're having to do?
Oh yeah, and people forget when Steven was first here. I mean, there was not a whole lot of good things being said. So, but he had a learning curve, and it took him all summer, and then it really took him all fall. In fall camp, he wasn't even there. He was competing, but Drew was way ahead of him. And then he had to get thrown into that rule when Drew hurt his back, and he had to go play. And again, we put him in there, and then Steven, you saw what kind of competitor he is, and he helped us go win a lot of football games. But again, I think we can be, you know, we can get these guys. I want them. Gunner should be on a higher learning curve right now because he's been here. Terry's going through the same exact things that Steven had to go through, and he's coming out of it. He's understanding because he's working at it. But by next Friday, I hope you guys are really excited what you see at quarterback.